Hey stitchy friends, welcome back to Cross by Floss. And if you are new here, I'm so happy that you stopped by. This is where I share my love of cross stitch, all things cross stitch really, my whips, haul, finishes, anything that I do that is cross stitch related. And today I have quite a bit to share with you. I have some FFOs, I have some finishes, I have market haul that I'm super excited to show you, and what else do I have? I have some shares, I have quite a bit of things to share. So if you love cross stitch as much as I do, I hope that you like and subscribe and stick around. All right, let's get into it. Maybe I didn't introduce myself. My name is Lisa, and obviously I love all things cross stitch. This might be episode 75, I'm not sure. And it's been a little bit since I've been here. I will do a life update at the end of the video, so if you're not interested, that's totally okay. But I'm looking for my notes. What I want to do first is actually do the shares from my last video. So my last video, I think I did it in like mid-March. And I haven't done a video since, and there's been a lot of reasons why. Sorry, distracted. There's birds and there's cars and there's all kinds of things happening. Anywho, yeah, things have gotten very crazy. Again, I'll talk about that at the end of the video, after all the cross stitch stuff. So, but what I'd like to do first is do the shares, so that if you know, that's why you came and that's all you were interested in. I want to get them out of the way, so then I don't have to worry about them or forget them or stick them in the middle or the end and you have to watch the whole thing. So last video in March, I had 2 finishes. And when most of the items that I finish, I share the pattern because I'm not going to stitch it again. And so I had 2 finishes the last time, and one of them was this little house needleworks, and it was alphabet rhyme, and it was this pattern here, and this is going to Denise Hall 5653. So Denise, congratulations. My information will be down in the show notes, so you can get a hold of me either on Instagram or by email, and I would love to get this out to you as soon as possible. And then the other share was A Land of Liberty, this little chart here, and that one is going to include the rest of the floss that I had that was in here, as well as this cute little floss holder and the pattern. And this was by Shepherd's Bush, and the winner of this is Margaret Kinney 186. So Margaret, congratulations. And so if either of you, well, both of you, could get a hold of me either by email or Instagram, then I will get these out as soon as possible. So very excited. Okay, the next thing, so Tonka is in my lap and he is panting away, so I apologize if you hear him. It's not Odin. And but they just were out in the backyard fooling around, and he is super tired, and so he's gonna chill with me, and he may make a little appearance every once in a while. So okay, now I'm gonna do finishes. So I went to Craft Gallery, where I get a lot of my framing done, and I picked up this one here, and this is Marie Agenon 1888. Isn't that absolutely gorgeously framed? I mean, here's a close-up of the frame. Oh, it's so beautiful. And they did such a beautiful job framing it. It does have museum glass on it, so it is, you know, mostly glare-free. And I'm so excited about this. I cannot wait to started a red sampler wall and can't wait to get this up on it, you know, one day. We'll talk about that too. And then the second one that I picked up when I was there was this Nora Corbett, and I don't remember her name. Snapdragon? I think it's Snapdragon. I'm gonna double check and I'll put it on the screen if I'm incorrect. But this was not stitched by me. This was a save that I did, and I chose to get her framed, and this is what her frame looks like. She's just beautiful. Just so beautiful. And again, with the museum glass, I have dogs that shed, and a big boy who goobs everywhere, and I just don't want my cross stitch to, even when it's up on the wall, somehow Odin manages to find spots on the wall that we really have no idea how it gets there. So I just would like my cross stitch to be, you know, contained behind glass. So, and yeah, so those are the two FFOs that I had done and were framed by Craft Gallery, and I was so excited. And I did drop off Alphabet Rhyme, and it is ready. I just haven't had a chance to get back up to Findlay, Ohio to get it, but as soon as I do, I can't wait to have it in my possession. I'm very excited about it. All right, I do have a bunch of whips. I have a couple of, one new start really, and then, and I have some finishes. So let's do one finish right now. So I think I showed this to you in my last video, and it was Gertie Gobble by Bent Creek. I love this. It's so cute. And I finished it up. I finished it. And this is what she looks like. Oh, she's so cute. She's just so cute. This took forever. I don't know why. I do have a counting error. We're not going to talk about it. It's fine. But it's just so cute. This is done on a, I think it's a 14 count. It might be a 16 count. I think it's 14. Scrap piece of Ada that I had that was probably mocha or maybe dirty. I don't remember. But I finished this. Let's see if in my notes, and I'm sorry, I'm probably, I feel like I haven't done a video in so long that I feel like I am not on top of my game. Let's see, did I write it down? Gertie Gobble, I finished March 19th. I must have, yeah. I started it on 1/18/2025, and I finished it on 3/19/2025. That's pretty good for me. That is really good for me. So, because I have finished it, this is actually a kit. It came with the linen and all of the floss. So I am going to share it with some lucky person. And you'll get the linen and the floss that is left, and there's plenty, like there's plenty of floss left in order to do this pattern. So much floss. So if you are interested in this pattern, let's say Gobble, Gobble, Gobble. Yeah, she's so cute, by Bent Creek. So if you are interested, let's say Gobble. So this is the first of a few finishes that I have. So excited about it. All right, so that one is done. All right. So in March, you know, mid-March is when I did my video, and then and I had not finished all of the whips in my 25 in 2025. I had not finished all of those, and in March, and so I was trying to continue with what I had left to do, and I did not get them all done for the 25 and 25. And temp stitching was also very sporadic for that mid-March to April, until I went back to Washington to see the little. So my stitching, I have a lot, but it's not super consistent. So let's do the temp stitching first, because it's sitting right here, and I will get back to March, I think. So March, April temp stitching, and I won't have any more probably stitching for the rest of the month in either temp stitching or my regular stitching. Again, I'll explain why at the end, but we just got so, there's been just so much going on that I really have not had time to sit down and stitch. And Mira May is coming up, and I will have a separate video for Mira May. I feel like I'm all over the place today, I'm sorry. So for March, the only numbers that got called were 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9 out of 10. So my temp stitching is from 1 to 0, or 0 to 9, depending on how you look at it, but 1 to 0, or I guess 0 to 9, I guess would be better, right? I don't know. But the way I do temp stitching is that when I have time to sit down and do 25 minutes of stitching for the temperature stitching, I will ask my dot what the current temperature is, and whatever the last number is. So if there's, you know, it's 25 or 105, that very last number is what I will go to for the bag, the number, find the number of whip, and that's what I will stitch on for 25 minutes. So like I said, the only numbers that got called were 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9. And so let's go through those stitching now. The other thing that is different between my temp stitching and 2 also got called. Oh my goodness. 2 also got called. Anyway, I'm holding the bag. Didn't write it down. It's fine. What was I gonna say? The difference in between temperature stitching and the 25 and 20-25 stitching is I don't count the stitches in that 25 minutes. And 25 minutes is my minimum. I might go over depending on if I have time or not. And it just really depends. Some nights it truly is 25, 26 minutes, and then I'm done. All right, so, and what I will do is if I have a before picture, which I should, I will insert that before I show you the project, okay? So, number 2, which did get called, was the Carter House Sampler 1817 by Cross Stitch Antiques, and that is that one there. Goodness, Tonka. It is a very cool pattern, and what's really nice about these is that the pattern is nice and big. Now this one I had done a restart on, and I'm actually coming along. So let me put in a before, and here it is now. So I think that since the last time you saw it, I've put in these here and some letters. So some pretty good stitching, honestly. And I think that this came out, I didn't write it down, but I think it had to have come out at least 3 times for the number 2. So that is that one. This is being done on a piece of, let's see, it's a 16 count. I know that for sure. And I want to say, I have such limited space here with this dog. And so everything is very cramped, and I feel like I have to put everything down and pick everything back up. Love Letter by Color and Cotton, 16 count. So pretty. I love that for a sampler color. It's lovely. All right. Number 3 temp chart was Kathy Barrick's 1848 Reproduction Sampler. And that's what, oh goodness, that glare. There we go. That's what that one looks like. And this is a finish. This finally got a finish. So let me put a before picture up. And here it is now. It is finished. So there's a couple of changes that I did from the pattern. The skin color blended into my fabric too much, and so I had one of the lovely ladies from Keepsakes, she did a skin conversion for me, and so we did a skin conversion for both girls. We did different skin tones for both girls, so that's a difference. I did the dog in a completely different color because, again, it was going to blend into the fabric, and so I did the dog in a different color. What else did I do different? That might be it. That might be it. Now, if you look at it up close, there's no spaces, but when you maybe on camera, you think that, you know, that she's not quite finished here. She is. It's just a very light bow that's in there. And I might go back and maybe make that red. And so she has a little red bow in her hair. We'll see. But that's also a finish. So because it's a finish, I'm so excited about how many finishes I'm getting done. And let's see. It did get finished. I think I want to say that this got finished on the 21st of April. I want to say it was being done. So here's 4/20. So I started it February 21st, 2021, and I finished it in April of 20th, 2025. It's totally fine. Oh, and I was doing it on 18 count antique white. So because it is finished, I'm so excited. If you would like to be entered for this pattern, let's say girls, G-I-R-L-S, girls. And this is a nice one. It's just one solid sheet, so the pattern is on the back. It has a DMC conversion, or it can be done in needlepoint silks. And you know, it's well loved. I worked off the original pattern. There's no marks on it, but so if you are interested, this will be the second share. I'm so excited about it. I want to get all my shares together so I don't, you know, lose them. Yeah. Okay, so that's another finish, which means number 3, I have finished twice now, because the first one I finished, which was a spot of tea, I think. And so that one got finished, and I replaced it with the Reproduction sampler. And now it's finished. So number 3 will get another whip that is close to a finish. And that's the beauty of the temp stitching, I think. Okay, the next one is that got called, and I don't think I've been telling you how many times they got called. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can remember. Number 3 came out 3 times. So number 4 is the Halloween Sampler 2 by Cottage Garden Sampling. Yeah, Yes, samplings. And that's what that one looks like. And I did do Halloween sampler 1 and loved it. Let's put in a before picture. Hi, Tonka. Tonka's very hot. Or tired, I'm not sure. But he won't go in his kennel by himself, so without me there. And there I am now. So this one got called twice. That cue was a beast. I put the cue in and I started, what did I start, Tonky? I don't remember what letter this is. P, maybe? Yeah, it might be P. So that's what I got done there. This is being done on a piece of 16 count Ada, crushed walnut, I think it is. Yes, crushed walnut. And the fabric dyer was Fabrics by LJ, and unfortunately he does not dye anymore, but I have a lot of his fabrics and they're lovely, and so I just keep using them. So that was for, like I said, that got called twice when I was, you know, when I was doing temp stitching, on the days that I was able to do temp stitching. Number 5, oh my goodness, okay. Number 5 is Cinnamon Stars. That's what that one looks like. Cinnamon Stars, many people in the community have been working on it. I forgot to put in the chart for number 4. Really, I feel like I'm all over the place today. Sorry. Let's put in a before. And here it is now. You guys, the 3rd finish. And all I can say is finally a finish. I'm so excited about this. So this is being done on, do I even have any information about it? I don't think so. I also think I started this in 2021. It has taken me 4 years to finish this. This I finished the beginning of April, I think. I was so excited, and I got our initial, our last name in, which is a G. And oh man, I'm so excited to have this done. Like 4 years, literally. It's taken 4 years to get finished. I want to say that this is a 18 count. I think it's an 18 count. I don't remember. But anyways, it's a finish. So, and even though I love all things Plum Street, I'm not hanging on to them. So if you are interested in Plum Street Cinnamon Stars, let's say stars, S-T-A-R-S, stars, if you are interested in this one. Ah, I'm so excited. That is 3 patterns, 3 finishes so far in March and April. And that means that number 5 for temperature stitching is going to get yet another, and possibly one of the starts that I have here. I might make that one of the numbers, 3 or 5. So, did I tell you how many times that one came out? I think, let's see, 5 came out 5 times. So it took me 5 times, and by the 5th time, I was so close to a finish after the 25 minutes that I just powered through and said, it's getting done. Okay, number 7. Yes, temp chart number 7. I am working on, did I work on Night Flight? Yes. I worked on Night Flight by Prairie Schooler. That one there. And let's put in a before. And here she is now. So really I just kind of finished up, you know, some more in around here. I think I came down a little bit. I'm not sure you'll be able to tell from the picture. It's been a while. So not bad. This is being done on a piece of 16 count tea-dyed fabric by me. I don't think I baked this. I think it's just tea-dyed, and possibly I baked it. I don't remember. Again, that would have been a long time ago too. That's what that one got. Number 8 came out twice. Oh, number 7 came out twice as well. Number 8 is out of this cross stitch Halloween 2019 edition, and I am doing the trick or treat couple. Love this one. And here's what I got done. I finished her hair. Oh, I tell you, there was a lot of black. And you know, even though I brought it out, like this was not quite an hour, like 25 minutes 2 times, right? That black took forever. It's the counting and making sure, because that the little, you know, areas in here, that's where we're going to get the white. And yeah, it took some concentration. And it was dense stitching. This is being done on a 14 count, dyed by me in several different colors, and came out to this that looked like a great Halloween fabric. So that's what this one got. Super cute. All right, so that was twice, and then one more temp stitching, and that would be number 9, and it got called 3 times? 3 times it looks like. And that one is This Is the Day by La Di Da. That's this one here. This Is the Day by La Di Da. This is a fun stitch. And got some floss caught there. Let's put up a before picture. And here I am now. This one I'm really doing outline in, just so then I can get into, you know, the skirt, figure out exactly where I was. This is being done on an 18 count Ada from Antique White, I think it is, by Hobby Lobby brand Ada. So that's what I got done on that one. I honestly like doing borders. I know, probably weird. You know, some people, you either hate it or love it, you know, borders. And I happen to really like doing borders. It's easy for me. Oh, it's an ivory, sorry, 18 count ivory, Artiste brand from Hobby Lobby. All right, so that is my temp stitches. So now let's go on to, excuse my head here. All right, let's go into the charts that I did manage to get done for March and April. I mean, I didn't really work on hardly any charts in April, if any. There was one, because I will get to it. All right, number 3. That is Mirabilia's Archangel. I love him. He's beautiful. He's just beautiful. And let's put up a before. I like get it all organized. Double check that I'm not showing you my backs. And here he is now. I think I worked down here in that solid color areas, which is nice. I love the block coloring. So that's where he's at now. I started putting Kreinik in him, and as if you've been with me for a while, you know how I feel about Kreinik, do not love. And so I'm going to pull out all of the Kreinik. It doesn't sit nice at all. It doesn't look good. My stitches don't look nice. It's bumpy, like it's just awful. So I'm gonna pick that all out, and I'm gonna put Petite Treasure Braid in when I get there. This is being done on a piece of Fabric by LJ, and I think it's Eau Gray, 18 count Eau Gray. There are a lot of beads on him, and of course I have the beads that are for the 1632 linen or fabric Ada, and so the beads may not fit on here, and so I might have to go to more smaller petite braid, petite gems, and so or beads, and so I'll have to work that out later. But for right now, I'm not worried about it. Not anywhere as close. I did 294 stitches on there. For the 25 and 25, my minimum is 250 stitches, and anything I go over that is gravy. Love it. The next one I pulled out was number 4, and that is a Plum Street Samplers Cereal Bowl Collection, Sampler Lessons, Lesson 4. That's a mouthful. And that's what that one looks like there. And let me put up a before. And here I am now. That's where I am now. This is being done on, oops, sorry. This is being done on, I don't know. I think it's 22 count. I want to say it's 22 count. 20 or 22 count. And then I just kind of darkened it up very, very lightly with some tea stain. And how many stitches did I get in that? 300, yeah, 399. Apparently I was going to town that night. Apparently I didn't want to put it down. I guess I probably got, I mean, you'll know from the pictures, and again, it's been a while for me, and my mind is not recalling things right now. What I did yesterday, I have no idea. But I probably was working all in here, and it was just easy stitching. So I just continued. So that is that one. Number 4. And then I went to number 11. Number 11 is, what is number 11? Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. It is Heartstring Samplery, and it is Philip Foster Farmhouse. Oh, my floss is, of course, in the front. Philip Foster Farmhouse. And let's put a before picture up. And here I am now. This one's easy. I am doing this on a piece of coloring cotton, warm sienna, 16 count. That's where I am now. Also, it's great. I mean, there's not very many colors in this, and so it's really easy to do, you know, it's not really block stitching, but consistent stitching in one color, and then just all the fill in later. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, and I quite like it. All right, did I tell you how many stitches I did on that one? 266. I don't love that one as much. I honestly, while it's easy, I struggle. It's easy but struggly. I don't know how to describe it any better than that, but I will say that when it gets called in the thing, I'm not enthusiastic about stitching on it. Yeah. But I do like it, and I'm going to persevere and get it done because I do like it, and the history behind it is very interesting. So anyways, all right, 14 is another Mirabilia, and this is Fairy Flora. She's so pretty. And let's see here. This one is done on a piece of Touch of Gray, 16 count Swagard something. And I'll put up a before and show you. So I am doing this one bottom up. And again, this was so long, I don't know where I was, but you'll see from the before and after. I don't even remember what I did. I may have done some more in here. That looks like I probably would have done that. She's so pretty though, and she's also a really, really easy stitch. This one I did get 354 stitches in, so I was obviously enjoying that stitch. Anytime I go over 250, especially in an evening, you know, when I put the pups to bed and I get in bed and, you know, you start watching shows, if I am, you know, I put on a show that I've seen before, or not, you don't really have to pay attention to, like documentaries, you don't have to pay attention to, or like crime documentaries or whatever, it's, you know, mostly talking. And so I can get if I'm, you know, doing block stitching and stuff, I can get a lot done. And but recently I've been watching some shows that I put down my stitching, so, and then I'm like, ooh, you need to get 250 stitches in there. Pick that back up. Stop watching TV. All right, the next one I did was 17, and that is The Light Upon the Lawn. Yeah, The Light Upon the Lawn by Blackbird Designs. And guess what? It's finally a finish. It's finally a finish. There she is. I'm so excited about it. I decided, so there are Lazy Daisy stitches in here. I did them. They don't look fantastic. And then there's supposed to be a bunch of French knots. I left them out. I don't think that you even notice that there's a difference. But this had 113 stitches, and they were all like onesie twosie stitches, you know, and the rest of the bottom. I did put a before picture up, right? I think I did. But yeah, this one gave me a lot of issues. Now this one I did in the memory of my grandma. Her name was Oda. We called her Odie. And so I've put her O in the center of the, is it a cartouche? And so my grandma loved birds. She loved blue. She loved Wedgwood blue. She loved houses and a garden. And so when I saw this pattern, it just screamed my grandma. And I loved my grandma very, very much. And to this day, I still miss her. Wish she was around for advice. So when I stitched on this, I thought about my grandma and all the funny and silly things that we did together, and the silly songs she would sing, and the stories she would read to my brother and I. And just cuddling up with her, and she was a fantastic cook. And so now it's finished and I'm going to have it framed, and every time I look at it, it's my grandma. So I am so happy that this one is finished. And even though, you know, the rule is buy all the Blackbirds, I'm not going to save all the Blackbirds because I don't need this many patterns in my life. So I am going to pass this along. So if you are interested in this pattern, let's say bird, B-I-R-D. Excellent. So if you've been counting, keeping track so far, that's four finishes, if you can believe it. This was done on a piece of, oh, I used to have a tag on here. It was French, oh, it's still on here. 16 count country French golden needle, Ada. And I have a little bit more, and I probably can get, you know, once I do the 2 or 3 inches, I will have enough for maybe an ornament or 2. So that's exciting. And this was a nice fabric to stitch on also, a really nice fabric. So 4 finishes. And like I said, it had like 113 stitches left to, you know, do, and they were all fiddly stitches. All right, and then the last one was 25, excuse me, goodness sakes. And this is Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. And let's put up a before picture here. And this is what I've gotten done. So this is done on a 16 count, I think it's 16 count Ada, coffee, tea, and baked by me. It's got a lot of modeling, or, you know, burning on it in various places. The back looks like even more, but I chose to do it in the front. And I have to tell you, I'm enjoying this border. It's really easy. It's the same pattern over and over. And so I've been enjoying doing that. Yeah. So those are not the last whips, but that is all I've done for 25 and 25. I almost finished the whole wheel. I think I have 2 more, possibly 2 more to finish, and then I get to reset the wheel and start all over again. So that's kind of exciting. All right, then because I mentioned that, you know, life has been a little crazy, and I haven't been always somewhere that I can do like temp stitching or 25 and 25 stitching. And so I have, you know, looked through some of my whips that I'm ambivalent whether I want to continue on or not. And they're good ones to take for doctor's appointments, or, you know, if I'm sitting waiting or I'm at the airport or whatever. And so one I chose to do was this La-Di-Da, and it's a freebie chart, and it's called Alphabet with Hair. I'm gonna flash it real quick. You can get it, I believe, if you go and, you know, Google La-Di-Da and Alphabet with Hair, and I'm pretty sure it will pop up. Now this one I am doing on a 14 count Ada that I severely coffee baked. And I'm doing it with, let me put up a before, because I do have a before. So that's what that looks like. And then here's where I am now. So I, you know, started on this side border. I put the F in, and I started the G down here. I have not done a whole lot on this one. Did I even finish the E maybe? And, but this is being done with a Silks. Is it Silks for You? Oh, I think it's a Silks for You, and somehow I have lost the number. But, you know, big ol' Hank. And it's just a really, really, really beautiful. That does not do it justice, but it is a really beautiful mauve color, and it looks nice on this, and it's really easy to use. I'm doing it 2/1, and oh, I never told you if I was doing 2/1 or 1/1. It's a mixed bag. So this is one that I took actually on the plane with me and worked on the airport when I had, you know, I didn't actually have to sit very long for flights. So that's when I took. And then I had a new start because I felt like it. I clearly, you know, needed a little comfort that day maybe. And so I picked out Country Cottage Needleworks Bunny Hop. And I started this in March. And I was thinking that this would be a great March, April, you know, kind of whenever stitch. And so I then found some fabric. This does obviously not have a before because I just started it. So I am doing this on a piece of 20 count Vanilla Latte by V Stitch Me. And that's what I got done in a night. And I haven't picked it out since. But what I may do is use this as either the finish for 17 or for the 25 and 25, or I may use it as the number 3 or 5 in temp stitching and, you know, work on it 25 minutes when that last number gets called. So either way, it will get stitched on. And so it was a fun, obviously not done for Easter, but maybe for next Easter, who knows, depending on how many times it gets called. So that is all of my whips, starts, and finishes. So let me put that away so that it doesn't go anywhere because it doesn't have a bag yet. And oh my goodness, okay. And then let's go on to haul. I have some super haul that I'm so excited about. First I want to, and this is haul, well, it's kind of stitchy kindness. It's kind of haul, stitchy kindness, and made a new friend. So I was contacted by Mel from December Stitches. They are designers, sisters designers, who have come onto the cross stitch scene, and they reached out and asked if they could do a interview with a cross stitcher, and I was so flattered, and I went and had a look at their patterns, and they have some very cute patterns. They're very a little unusual, a little funky, and I love them. And so I said yes. I thought, how fun would that be? So let me see if I can find my notes. Oh my gosh, I lost my notes. Oh, I did. I lost my notes, you guys. I think my interview or the thing, oh my gosh, it's a little hard with a donkey on my lap. I'm so sorry. I cannot find it. Anyways, it was Mel from December Stitches, and we did the interview on Instagram, and so it's on their account and on my account. If you would love to go and watch it, I would love for you to watch it. It was so much fun. We talked about cross stitch, how I got into it, what patterns I like, you know, why it's meaningful. And just, it was just so fun. Unfortunately, the day that we did the interview, which was March 20th, I think, maybe March 20th. I don't remember. It's on my Instagram anyways. It started to rain, and the room that I was sitting in did not have great light, and I was trying to sit by the window to see if I could, and it was not working. And so I think the interview is a little dark, but that's okay. We had so much fun. And so we talked all things cross stitch. I got some great ideas about hanging things. Are you like this? I don't like to hang things on I have a hard time hanging things on my wall. I want them up. I want my cross stitch up and, you know, pictures and things on the wall. But I have flat plaster walls in my house. And, you know, when you make a mistake with a plaster wall, sometimes it will crack. And so I want to make sure that the placement is exact before I, you know, commit. And so we actually talked about that, and I got a great idea on using the, oh my gosh, what is it called? You know, the sticky hanger things. Oh my gosh. Y'all know. You know what I'm talking about. I know you do. I'll put it down here if I remember. But anyways, they sent me a few patterns from their shop. They have an Etsy store. I will link it below. And I encourage you to go and have a look at their patterns. They were at market, and they did have a lot of their designs there. And honestly, I hope they did really, really well. They are in some shops. And so, yeah, go check them out. The first one was 4th of July American Gingerbread House. That is so cute. I think that's adorable. And I was thinking that little gingerbread man, he would make a super cute, tiny stand-up. Oh, I think he would be adorable. So that was one. I loved it. This is actually when I went to go and have a look at them. This was a pattern I saw first. Elvis, a 3-in-1 pattern. You can make him either as a cookie cutter or a flat finish. I loved this. So they had this as a stand-up. And you know, I love Elvis. I got married by Elvis. And the guitar is separate. It is adorable. It's adorable. And so they sent me this one. I love it. I love it a lot. Oh, here on the back. This is what it looks like as a stand-up. Is that not the cutest? He's Elvis. I love it. And then the next one was Celebrate America. Super, super cute little stitches. So a great big thank you to Mel and her sister, which I apologize. I don't think I can pronounce her name, and I don't want to butcher it. But awesome designs, really sweet ladies, very sweet ladies. And if you are looking for a new designer, duo, or designer to support, I encourage you to go check them out. And go check out our interview. It was so much fun. It was like talking to a very good friend. There was no awkward pauses, no nothing. It was just so much fun. So warm and inviting is what they are. The other thing I received was a gift from my friend Amy, and you may know her. She has her own Flosstube called Fiber Arts Amy, and she is also the owner of Oak Crown Studios, which is a fabric dyer as well as fiber dyer. And so she did a fabric in my name, Cross by Floss, and then sent me a piece of it. And look at this. The camera is not doing it justice in any way, shape, or form. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And what a sweet, sweet gift. Like, honestly, I mean, the people in the cross stitch community are beyond generous. And my friend Amy is very, very sweet. So, and her fabric's lovely. This is a 16 count Aida, and she has 14, 16, 18, and 20 count Aida, as well as Luganas and linens. So if you are looking to support or check out, you know, some new fabrics, she's got a lovely website. I will also link that down below. So I just love this. She's calling it, it's a neutral gray that can take any design. So whether it's for a sampler or a more subtle background for a Mira. And that's how Amy and I, you know, met, was through our love of Miras. And we've developed quite a nice relationship, friendship, based on, you know, our love of Miras and cross stitch, but also, you know, you do connect with people, and she's one that, you know, I hope that she feels the same. Anyway, so Amy, Fiber Arts Amy, my fabric called Cross by Floss, which I thought was just so very sweet. So check her out, and yeah. All right, so I think that that is my kindness and that. How about some market haul? I know I'm late to the party. I've had my market haul since market, but of course I haven't had a Flosstube since then. So I will show you what I chose for market. Now I have another good friend named Amy as well, Amy Leonard, and she has a shop in New Jersey called Born to Shop. And so I ordered my market items from Amy. So the first one I got, and I love this. This is a JBW Designs, the Georgian Floral Basket. And I saw not too long ago that, oh my gosh, what is the designer's name? Judy Whitman. She said that this was her most popular pattern at market, and I can absolutely see why. This little gal is stunning. She's beautiful. I can't wait to get her started. So that was one of them. Then of course, Stacy Nash, you know, came out with some cuties. And of course, you know, Lily is all over the place. We've been seeing Lily all over the place in the cross stitch world. She's adorable. There's a couple of girls in my group, my cross stitch group, who have actually finished her already. Crazy pants. And then this little guy, come on Goose. He's adorable. And so I had to get him this little giraffe with his party hat. So cute. And then Shakespeare Peddler had a Nashville exclusive called Joy, and I got the floss kit for that as well, because you need the floss to get the pattern done. It's pretty. Also, one of my cross stitch gals in my cross stitch group finished that too, and it's beautiful. She's already gotten it. She stitched it and has it framed already. Christmas Bond by Satsuma Street. I just thought that this was adorable, and I'm going to do this for the little for Christmas, her Christmas ornament. She gets an ornament every year, so that, you know, when she eventually leaves home, or even if she doesn't leave home, she has a tree full of ornaments from the time she was a baby till she no longer gets ornaments from me. So that's that one. And then, oh, this was, I mean, we've seen this one all over Flosstube as well, but From Velvet to Linen by Kathy Barrick. I mean, what was not to love? This was the first pattern that I saw, honestly, and I was in love. Like, I couldn't get an order for this fast enough. So I just think it's just gorgeous. Like, is that the original? Possibly. And then that's her adaptation. It's gorgeous, just gorgeous. And I've seen a couple of people on Instagram and on Flosstube who have started it. Erin Elizabeth, Birds in Nature, Sparrow. Oh my gosh, how cute. And we're sitting in my sunroom and I have a plethora of birds that are always in my yard, in my eaves, in bird houses, in nests, in trees, all over my property. And so this will get stitched and put somewhere in my and I probably will do it smaller. This was done on and I love this. I love the designer for this. It was done on a 14 count dirty Ada. I love that. Now I will probably do it on a 20 count to make it smaller so I can put it maybe in a bookcase or on the shelf in my little cabinet here, curio cabinet. But I just think that it's adorable. She's a Canadian designer, which what's not to love about that, being Canadian, but also she had a model stitched on Ada. Thank you. And then the last one I got was Dunvegan Fairy Flag by The Primitive Hare. I love this. So when I first saw this pattern, I was a little unsure whether or not the castle in the background was actually stitched or whether it was part of the, you know, printed fabric. It is stitched. I was so happy. She's glorious, glorious. So I got that. That was my first haul. And then when I went to go and pick up my framed pieces from Craft Gallery, I, of course, had to pick up a few more Nashville hauls. I did pick up the Happiness is Homemade Nashville cookbook. And you know, it's really funny. I pick up this cookbook every year since I've started, you know, buying from Nashville market. And I have yet to make something out of the recipe book or stitch anything out of the recipe book. And so if you are new to these cookbooks, many designers will have a recipe as well as do a small cross stitch pattern in here. So the bang for your buck is huge in this. And one of the gals that I stitch with, when I go to her house, she has several pieces that she has stitched from the recipe books, and they're lovely. They're just so cute. It's not my first thought to go to though, and Lisa has stitched these up and they're so cute. And so I was like, I caved. I was not going to buy it. I was not going to spend the, how much was it? $12. I wasn't gonna buy it. And then I flipped through it and I saw some of the patterns in here, and I gotta tell ya, well worth it. I just need to kit up, you know, several of the flosses for patterns in here, and then just some random, you know, bits of cloth, floss, and fabric, and put it in a to-go bag, you know, so that when you have to go somewhere and you can stitch. And then maybe I'll actually get something done. So that one, I don't think that these were, they were not, no. These were not Nashville, but they had them, and I am now on the Stacy Nash Animal Cracker, you know, train. And so I got Harriet. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. So I got Harriet, and then Millie, the elephant. And both my daughter and my granddaughter's first initial is an E, and we always associated the E with elephant. And so growing up, my daughter, you know, always had, like, if she had like a little E, you know, ceramic piece or whatever, there was always like a little elephant on it somewhere. And the same with my granddaughter. So I thought this was just really, really cute. Loved it. And then this was Nashville that I never saw, And this was October House Gingerbread Row. And I did not see this. So I picked this up. I thought that was really cute. Very cute for Christmas. And then, of course, you know, buy all the Blackbirds. So the Sweet Bird Sings by Blackbird Designs. Of course, had to have that one. And then this one here, Gifts of the Season. So there are 4 projects in that one. Always buy all the Blackbirds. If you like Blackbirds and samplers. And I have a lot of Blackbirds. I just don't have enough life in me to get them all done, but that's okay because they're gorgeous. All right, and then my last bit of haul is from 123 Stitch. Now, did you guys know that the Lizzie Kate stand-ups have been re-released? I'm telling you that now because I've already bought mine, so that now you can go buy yours and I don't have to worry about them being out of stock. So Lizzie Kate, I got Vinnie Von Fang, and they all come with the little embellishment kit. So that's what he looks like. Come on, he's so cute. And then I got a Liberty Sam, and he comes with a little flag and a bell and some stars. Oh, so cute. And then this one did not come with a kit, maybe because it doesn't have anything extra to it. Doesn't look like it. I don't think so, but it's the pair of pilgrims, Miles and Priscilla. So if you are looking for these stand-ups, I know that this one had been out of print for a long time, and they have re-released all of the stand-ups. There's a witch. She was out of stock, but I will get her one day. And then I also got from the Primitive Hair Miss Cupid. Oh, I thought she was so cute. I don't know how I missed her. Super cute. So for Valentine's Day, and I do have a Valentine's baby. It's a boy, but it's okay. And then the Cupid Sampler by Cherry Hill Stitchery. Also, never saw this. So I snapped that up too. Super, super cute. All right. Okay. So that is all that I have for haul and whips and finishes and all the things. So if you are not interested in life events or life happenings, thank you so much for coming and joining me. I hope you liked, and I hope to see you back. But if you're going to stick around for life happenings, wow, I don't even know. So Mr. G is going in for surgery next week, so which also is the start of Mira May. So I will have a video about Mira May, and I will explain all my plans for the month of May, because he will be doing PT and all of the things. We do have to go out of state for his surgery. That's a whole other ball of wax that I don't even want to get into, but it is what it is, and that's what we're going to do. And he needs the surgery. He's been in a lot of pain, and so hopefully this will alleviate that pain, and he will have a better quality of life going forward after this surgery. So because of that, there's been a lot of tests and a lot of things that have happened when he's home on the 2 days that he's home. And so that has been, life juggling all of that. Cars have been breaking down. It's crazy. My youngest lost his transmission, and it's not worth fixing. And so now we're down a vehicle, which is actually kind of important. and as people have jobs and need to get places. And so now we're in the hunt for another vehicle or a solution in the meantime. I went to Washington very early April and over my birthday and then just before Easter. And so I was there, and while I was there, Odin decided that he needed to be seen by the emergency vet. And now he has an enlarged heart, which they think has been caused by grain-free food that we've been feeding him for darn close to 9 years. So there's that, and now he is on another round of very expensive medication, and I tell you, it's one thing, it's not another. And so yeah, it's just being like all of these little things, you know, that have kind of taken time. And you know, who thought that 3 dogs was a really good idea? I'm telling you. So I'm a little excited that Mr. G is having this surgery, because it means that he'll be home for a while until he can be released to go back to work. And he'll be able to watch the dogs so I can get things done, because I literally can't get anything done. Oh goodness. Okay, I've dropped something. Just a moment. That's it for today, Stitchy friends. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the whips and those 2 gorgeous finishes. The one done by me, the FFOs, and the other one not done by me, but a save. And the 4, can you believe it, 4 finishes. I think that that's such a testament to not only the 25 minutes of temperature stitching when that number gets called. You know, it has the potential of getting called several times in a month, and that 25 minutes really does add up. And clearly 250 stitches, you know, also adds up to finishes. So I think that I love this system, and I think going forward I'll probably continue with that. Please don't forget, if you are interested in the shares, to put in the correct name for that share. If you would like to be entered for all 4 shares, please, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it doesn't matter. There will only be, you know, you'll only be able to win once though. And so I look forward to seeing whatever, you know, combination you come up with, or not at all. It's totally okay. Please tell me what projects you're working on, or what project that you enjoyed seeing in the whips that I showed tonight. Yeah. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and be part of the Stitchy community. I love having you here, and I hope you loved being here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then.